Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with a wonderful, really fabulous new release of French Baroque music, the complete works of Louis Couperin. Louis Couperin, who lived from 1626 to 1661. He only lived to be 35. It was like Mozart, one of those guys. And his complete works only include 10 CDs. Of course, you get a 66-minute bonus DVD film about Louis Couperin. And the major artist, keyboardist here, is Jean Rondeau, who's a tremendously fine harpsichordist. And there are some additional works by Charles Couperin, François Couperin, Lenné, yes. Okay, the bottom line is that Louis was the uncle of François Couperin. François Couperin, the Le Grand, the biggie, the one we all know, the one who obliterated the memories of all of the other Couperins, was his father was Charles Couperin, who was the brother of Louis. Louis also had a brother named Francois, who has nothing to do with the Francois that we know and love. Get it? They were kind of like the Bach family for France. There were lots of them, and they were all musicians. And this collection includes, just stuff by Couperin, by other composers. His active lifetime as a composer only lasted about 10, 12 years or so in Paris. None of his music was published in his lifetime. And as a result of that, he's not as well known as perhaps he should be. But we get with this series an absolutely gorgeous book. And this is Erato, this is Warner. I mean, this is hard to believe. It's a major label. They're doing exceptionally beautiful work. They really, really are. So we get his stuff here. Let's see. You get this nice booklet, which has lots of pictures of things. And I'm just going to tell you what's in here and turn you loose. Couperin probably worked with Froberger. Do you know who Froberger was? Froberger was a German keyboardist, composer from this same period, who was really best known for assembling the Baroque dance suites, as we now know them, a prelude or an overture, and then, Allemande, Courante, Gigue, Sarabande, not necessarily in that order, Allemande, Sarabande, Courante, Gigue, however you want to do it, and the other, dances that got stuffed into these things. And so it's thought that Louis and Johann Jakob Froberger knew each other, and that Louis' music, reveals the influence of Froberger to a degree. So what we have mostly here are harpsichord suites, beautifully played by Monsieur Rondeau, with a Rücker's harpsichord, circa 1624. Well, who cares? But it's a good sounding instrument. That's the point. It's not like intolerable and nasty. So disc 1 contains some harpsichord suites, and we also have some other works by other composers of the period. They were, I mentioned them, the other Couperins, Charles and Francois, the other one, Froberger, who wasn't French, but there you go, Lebègue, d'Anglebert, Gaultier, Dufaux, Mazuel, Marin Marais, we know him, Hardel, Vizet, Etienne Lemoine, however you want to pronounce it, Niver, and Chambonnière. All of those guys. Household names, all of them, of course. But here, for example, on disc 1, you get a tombeau du Mésangeau. Yes, Mésangeau, transcribed by Jean Rondeau for keyboard. Oh my God, this is also complicated. So disc 1 has harpsichord stuff. Charming harpsichord stuff. His preludes are particularly marvelous. Louis Couperin's preludes, they're like these unmeasured, fluent things that you do. Oh, what a pretty harpsichord. Look at that. Isn't that nice? We're really deep into the heart of the early Baroque period now in France. So disc 2 contains more harpsichord pieces. Some of these are really fun, I have to say. We've got like, for example, another tombeau de Monsieur de Blancrochet, which is a big, long piece, 7 minutes, 51 seconds. I mean, these are serious pieces. There are only 2 manuscripts, basically, that contain all of his music. Let's see, in disc 2, there's a chaconne. Oh, yeah, well, he was a big chaconne Passacaglia guy. And that's really nifty. And some Marin Marais here. And let's see, a Pavane. That's interesting. And a Passacaille ou Chacon. Those are lovely. Autre fantasy. Some fantasies. Oh, a carillon. Bell things. I love those things. Les Carillons de Paris. Version in 4 parts of the first carillon. Okay, fine. So there you go. Symphony par Monsieur Couperin. The Tombeau de Monsieur Blancrochet again. There's lots of that. Okay, so that's that. Then the Richer Car Consort with all of its excellent musicians pops up. Who are these other people? Philippe Pierlot, Lucille Boulanger, Myriam Rignol, Anna Lachegui, I know she's Hungarian, Matthias Ferré, Thibaut Roussel, and let's see, we got lots of pictures of Baroque people playing Baroque stuff. More keyboard music. Chacon la Bergeronnette, which is the shepherdess little thing. Allemand la Précieuse. So some of these pieces are sort of, we're getting to the point where François Couperin was doing those fanciful keyboard suites with quasi-programmatic character pieces. Some of these are. Most of them are just straight dance works. And let's see, what else have we got? Niver, some of his stuff. More Couperin. Oh, there's a fugue. Oh, yay, a fugue. Fantasy sur le crumhorn. Fantasy on a crumhorn. Oh, my God. What's this stuff? And we've got fugue renversée and fantasy durute and all these things that make no sense to me whatsoever, but I listened to all of them. And, I wasn't listening to them all like sitting here looking at what each one was, but I found them very, very enjoyable. I really did. Oh, wow, doesn't that look threatening? Look at that. The guy's playing a something or other, a tube. Looks like a toilet paper tube. No, it's a crumhorn, something like that, or God only knows what they're playing. These are early Baroque things. There's viols and stuff like that. Here's some Froberger, some more suites. And let's see, Fantasy Durute, Allemand de la Paix. Oh, that's nice. And let's see here. Okay, disc 6. Oh, wow, look at all these fantasies and carillons and more fantasies and fugues and all these things that they've tried to organize in some useful way. We'll see, suites things. Suite and C. Gavotte de Monsieur le Bègue et son double par Monsieur Couperin. There you go. And let's see, Jacques Champion de Chambonnières. We've heard of him. He lived from 1602 to 1672. He had a reasonably long life. A beautiful Pavane here on disc 8. Really a lovely, lovely work. A wonderful Passacaglia. In here, the suite in G has chaconne. They're big pieces. 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Like, beefy things, not just little dancette, little Gucci's. Let's see, CD 9. More suites for the keyboards. Oh, endless suites for keyboards. And CD 10 has, yes, all the same stuff. Okay. I mean, we know what it's going to be, right? I don't have to go into excruciating detail. What matters, and is that we can get it all in a box, really well done, really well recorded. And if you are a French Baroque person or you like the French clavecinistes, that keyboard school, which is marvelous, let's face it, and just fantastic stuff, then you're going to want to have this. This is a real collection, fill in the gap type collection of stuff. And it's done with supreme artistry. It's not going to be done better by anybody. So there it is. Grab it if you're one of those people. I mean, I'm very happy to have heard it. Am I going to be playing it every day? Oh, of course not. No way. But there's a lot of very beautiful and affecting music in here and some really ear-catching individual numbers. But everybody will have their own perspective on that. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.